Have you ever wondered when you were searching on YouTube if somebody else was searching for the same thing you were because it started to pop up more, or how the collective of people were thinking about something when you were searching for it, right? When a news thing came up and you might have been searching for it and you're like, I wonder what's going on, right? Well, I wanted to answer that question for you tonight in something very special. We have our fifth edition of our YouTube rankings of the Democratic candidates running for president. So, if you want to stay around for that, if this is your first time here, what's good? My name is Sam, and for those of you who are returning, it's good to freaking see you. You'd better be pressing that thumbs up button. Now, let's get into it. So, what do we have here? Google Trends. Google Trends aggregates all of the search volume on YouTube. For whatever gets put in the search bar, it aggregates together here. And what we can do is we can put in the search term and see how many times it's been searched. So as you can see here, the terms across the top here are the players that we have tonight. These are the Democratic candidates running for president. And then we come over here to the left and we take a look at the average volume of searches here. And we stack rank the candidates 1 through 11 according to who was in the last debate, minus Beto O'Rourke because he's dropped out. So we've got 11 candidates and we stack rank them 1 through 11 based upon how much search volume for each candidate's name in 3 different time periods. So first of all, we do the 12-month mark. As we can see here, we have the United States, the 12-month over. So right here we have the United States, and then we have the past 12 months here, and then on YouTube search volume, and we stack rank them. And then we do the same thing at the 90-day, and then we do the same thing at the 30-day, and we take an average of all 3 of those, where 25% of the average comes from the 12-month, 25% of the average comes from the 3-month, and 50% of the average comes from the most recent 30 days. And the logic behind that is that the most recent 30 days carry the most valuable information of what's actually happening at this moment, right? Versus 12 months ago. 12 months ago, yes, some of that information is valuable, but the most recent is most valuable in my opinion. So that is why we do this, and that is why I'm being completely clear with my thinking behind this. And I take all of this data, right? And I put it into a spreadsheet and came up with this. And this is our 5th edition of the YouTube ranking. So smash that thumbs up for number 5. And I've also got the top 5 candidates here. We have Andrew Yang coming in number 1. So this is the 5th time he's come in number 1 on YouTube for the search volume for his name. We've been doing this ranking since the beginning of September, and as you can see here at the top, we have a bunch of different dates here. We've done several. We did 3 in September, 1 in October, and 1 so far in November. And every single time Andrew Yang is ranked number 1 in terms of search volume on YouTube, which is absolutely tremendous. And you can see Bernie Sanders comes in number 2, where super interesting here is Gabbard comes in number 3. That's amazing. I'm going to get into that in a second. Joe Biden is number 4, and Elizabeth Warren is number 5. So that is super interesting. Now let's take a look at the time periods, right? So we've got the 12-month, the 90-day, and the 30-day, as we mentioned. We're just gonna run down here. We see Pete like just being volatile up and down. Can't tell where he's gonna end up next, right, with the 6, but more than likely it's probably gonna go to 7. 6. I don't know who might catch up on him, but anyways, we'll see where that goes. Kamala Harris is losing ground, so you can see a clear trend here with Peach. You can see that she went from 5th most popular to 6th to 7th. She's losing ground. Amy is probably one of the next people who's more than likely going to drop out because they're not getting traction, right? Bernie Sanders losing ground in the most recent time period here, the 30-day. Biden losing 2 spots, so Biden's losing a lot. I've also highlighted over here on the side where green is spots gained. Red here is the spots lost relative to last month when we did this ranking. So if you take a look at this, this is the most recent data today, minus from about 20 days ago, right? And we can see that, because I'm going to talk this into the next point here around Miss Gabbard, but where is it? I think I actually flip-flopped that backwards, right? Yeah, I did. Where these are going to be the exact opposite of the color coordination, which I have, where we see that Pete's moved up 1 spot from the last time we did this. Apologize, I got confused there. Kamala Harris has lost a spot, so they've actually just flip-flopped back and forth. Amy's moved up a spot. Bernie stayed the same. Joe Biden on the overall, right? Because we were just looking at his individual, where he went from 3 to 5th, right, over the 3 time periods. But overall, his overall ranking went down in 2 spots. So not just, you know what I mean? This is the average of this. And he's lost 2 spots in just about 20 days. So this, if he's going to continue, if he continues to lose that momentum, that could be very very detrimental for him. Cory Booker is super consistent. He's always right about 8 and 8, right? He doesn't change a lot. Elizabeth Warren lost a spot. She went from 4th to 5th. Julian moved up a spot. Gabbard, she came in 4th. So 2 months ago or whatever in September, the debates happened and Gabbard was not in the debates and I did not include her, and that is why we do not have the data for these 2 characters. And then she was in the debate, so we added her into our analysis and immediately she ranked 4th. So there's a tremendous amount of interest around her. And that is increasing. I had a lot of comments in regards to the popularity solely being associated with Hillary Clinton and that dispute there. And I think the point of that is that it doesn't matter most of the time where the attention goes. There's going to be a certain amount of attention that is lingering, and it could either continue to build or taper down, right? And in her case, she's gaining momentum from about 20 days ago to now. That thing that happened with Hillary, whatever that was, I don't pay attention to what actually these candidates really talk about. I just look at the data and try to understand what the collective of America is thinking, right? By looking at this, because that's way more telling than like what these people actually think is what you guys think, right? What America thinks. That's what's fascinating to me. And to see that whatever happened with Hillary allowed America to see more of who Miss Gabbard is, and that is unfolding, right? It's still early on. It's only been 20 days, but that could be continuing to build as this goes forward, which could be kind of interesting. And we see the same thing with her time period, right? She was ranked 6th at the 12-month time period, 4th at the 90-day, and 2nd at the 30-day. So she's really moving up, right? In the past 30 days, she was ranked 2, only behind Andrew Yang. So if she's able to continue this momentum and gain this awareness, this could be a very, very exciting time in their camp. With what's happening over there. And I'd love to hear what your thoughts are down below in the comment section. And if you use the hashtag Stolt, just the name of the channel, by the way, when you're down there you can subscribe, but if you use the hashtag Stolt, and then at the end of these videos I like to get into the comment section and look up the comments that have hashtag Stolt in them, and then I talk about them, whether it is a question or just going through the comments in terms of what people are saying. However, my internet is being extremely slow, so we may not get into it at the end of this video. But if you do leave it here, I'd like to talk about this at the end of the videos. I was also thinking about creating a completely separate series, almost where every other day or so I get into the comments and we just do a video, however long it is, where we run through some of the comments and we talk about them. I think that might be kind of interesting, and I think it would be also interesting to do that live and see everybody's feedback live if there was anybody who turned in. So if you guys want to see something like that, let me know down below in the comments, and I appreciate you guys. Peace.